clear up your thoughts about cut blocking versus chop blocking, the difference in what we can look for, and whether or not it's a legal tactic.
Well, it's absolutely a legal tactic. I'm a former offensive lineman.
Let me jump in. Illegal, not illegal. Sometimes I got to clarify things. 1st and 10, here's 2.
Well, Tom, I think the difference between a chop block and a cut block, it's legal for a player to be able to put their head in front of the body of another player and get him down on the ground. That's illegal. What happens is defensive players see receivers doing that out on the edge, and they get frustrated by it. When I was at Notre Dame and we played the academies, whether it was Navy or Air Force, it was something that's done. Players don't like it, but in football, if it's legal, you can't really complain. It's one of those things, like it's kind of honor among thieves. You know it's going to happen, they do it. It's legal, or the refs call it when it's not illegal. You just kind of have to line up and play and not worry about those sort of things.
Asher Clark took a pop at the end of that run by Jordan Pendleton. I think some in the Air Force camp look at it a little bit differently. They're used to coaches complaining and players complaining after games, especially when Air Force wins the game. It was a little bit different this week, and a BYU player is down on the field, down out to the 40-yard line, and maybe we'll take a look at the replay and see if we can see how he went down. But it was a little bit different this week when the BYU players and some of the coaches, although not Bronco Mendenhall, had such terse words in regard to Air Force's offensive tactics. And I was reminded today that the Air Force Academy is an academy that was built on honor and dignity. To suggest that the players from Air Force execute this, or that the coaches teach this in an illegal manner or a dirty manner, is in many ways attacking everything that the academy stands for. And we asked Troy Calhoun about it this week. I said, well, how do you react? What do you tell your players in regard to other teams chirping about it and talking about it? He said, you know what, it's a great lesson for our guys to learn. Because when you're an officer, you have to know a couple of things. Number one, you have to be competitive. You have to know what the rules of engagement are, and you have to be classy about it. You're not always going to get, when you're overseas, you're not always going to get the kind of support that you wish you could get. But you still have to do your job to the best of your ability. And I thought Troy Calhoun is so good about that, about putting into context what they do on the football field and how it affects these academy graduates once they get into military life. Jefferson to throw for the 2nd time, incomplete, looking for Fogler. They throw once again, Aaron, on 1st down when they have